The Inspector of Schools, reading part 2. The inspector inquired of a villager carrying his plough to a carpenter's shed down the street about the school. Ha, there is a school here somewhere, I think outside the village. He pointed a chapped finger with cuts full of dust to the lane leading away from the village. The streets, bumpy, muddy, where the water from the flanking mud houses had trickled out, and dusty elsewhere, suddenly ended where the fields started. He began walking down the damp track between two fields. In a distance, he saw a cyclist coming his way. The cyclist stopped as the inspector of schools neared, got off his bicycle, and respectfully stood aside. Where is the school? This paragraph is a description of the village roads. They are muddy, they are full of pits and bumps. There are mud houses, water is flowing everywhere, and the jeep of the inspector is having a difficulty in driving. As the school inspector is moving ahead, he meets a man coming on the bicycle and he inquires, where is the school? Let's go to the next page. School. Yes, school. You see that shisham tree? He said, pointing to a large several fields away. It's under that. Could you come along and show me? The villager, only too happy to help a city babu, agreed readily. If the students and the master or a passing peasant were to see him with the babu, his importance would surely increase in the village. His breast swelled at the thought. They walked together. Very good man, Sabji. The schoolmaster works very hard. The bicycle man is very happy to support and guide the school inspector to the school because he is going to feel proud to walk along with the big sahib. His breast swelled. Feeling of pride came into his mind. Peasant means farmer. The inspector of schools did not reply. This chasing of schools across the district was becoming a bit of a drain. Bit of a drain means it was becoming stressful for him. He did not like this task of going to the schools every day. Now, why? In filthy towns, the towns are very dirty. In reeking localities, the localities are smelling. In remote villages where a jeep couldn't go, and the horrible state they were in, all so depressing. The scenario of schools in the village is really sad. He should have gotten used to it after 3 years. But no, every school still hurts. The lack of supplies, the disinterestedness of the people, the easy-going students, the sponging masters. Sponging masters, dependent masters, the poor condition of the teachers, schools, society, students not interested, society not interested in education. These are the reason that depresses the school inspector. What could he do? Recommend and recommend. Every recommendation was shot down by the planning and development department, which planned little and developed less. This is the development department that shuts down, that kills, and that rejects all the recommendations of the school inspector. He is not heard. They passed plowed fields and fields green with young wheat. At one place, the area was depressed and water had gathered there, forming a small, still pool with insects flying afloat on the surface. They rose in a buzzing mass as they approached it. The inspector of schools waved them from his face. The peasant's strides were long and swift. The loose bicycle bell jangled madly along. His colorless footwear was patched at the several places, and the stitching at the heel had come apart. It was difficult keeping up with him. They crossed a field of corn, and beyond it was the shisham. It was a shady tree at the edge of the field, now ploughed and ready for seeding. There was nothing there. The peasant was disappointed. In this paragraph is the village life. There are fields, wheat is growing over there, insects are flying on the pool, the bicycle man is wearing footwear that is torn. The peasants are moving with fast steps. His cycle bell is jangling, means ringing, and they are crossing the field to reach the shisham tree. But when they reach there is no school. It was here, I'm sure, at least before the ploughing. The farmer says that before the ploughing was going on, the school was here, but now it's not there. So, where is the school? It might have shifted elsewhere. But the building? Isn't there a building? A school building? No, Sahib, no building. Have you heard of a school without a building? Isn't that depressing? This is the condition of the village school. We will continue the reading in the next session. Thank you.